Welcome back to the UFC Predictions Tracker channel. In this video we will go over all the picks that have been made for UFC 312. On this card there are 13 fights and 2 of them are for the title, which are Dricus Plessis vs Strickland and Weili vs Tatiana. But we start with the first fight on this card, which is between Rongzhu Park and Nyamjargal Tumendemberel. Park is the favorite in average odds with minus 230 and Tumendemberel the underdog with plus 185. 86% of the Tapology community predicts that Park wins this fight and 14% pick Tumendemberel. Most are predicting this fight will go to a decision. Park is also a big favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 58 out of 70 or 83% pick him to win this fight and 12 channels pick Tumendemberel or 17%. When we look at the best predictors, they all picked Park to win, with 7 out of 7. Prediction channels highlighted in green are the best of 2024 based on all their picks. Light green means a return on investment between 5% and 9.9% and dark green means 10% or higher. What about the best predictors on favorites or underdogs only? Almost all of the best favorite predictors think that the favorite fighter will win, which is Park in this case, with 12 out of 13 or 92.3%. Do the best underdog predictors have faith in the underdog? No, 0 out of 4 pick him to win. The best favorite and underdog predictors are channels with the highest ROI when picking only favorites or only underdogs. These are also based on their 2024 results. For more details, check out the end of the year results videos. Links are in the description and at the end of this video. The next fight on the early prelims is between Quillan Salkilld and Anshul Jubli in the lightweight division. Quillan is a huge favorite with minus 590 in average odds, which is the biggest favorite on this card, and Jubli the underdog with plus 420. Quillan is also the biggest favorite on this card by picks from the Tapology community with 90%. And to keep the trend going, he's also the biggest favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels with 68 out of 71 for almost 96%. And only 3 channels picked Jubli to win. The best predictors all pick Quillan to win as well. The best favorite predictors pick the favorite fighter 13 out of 14 times. And with 0 out of 4, the best underdog predictors have no faith in the underdog. The next fight is in the welterweight division between Jousset and Jonathan Micallef. The favorite with minus 255 is Kevin and Jonathan the underdog with plus 205. 85% of the Tapology community pick Kevin to win, most think by decision, and 15% for Jonathan. 64 out of 72 YouTube prediction channels pick Kevin to win for 90% and 8 channels pick Jonathan. And all the best predictors pick Kevin as well. Just like the previous fight, 13 out of 14 of the best favorite predictors pick the favorite and 0 out of 4 of the best underdog predictors pick the underdog. The last fight of the early prelims is between Kody Steele and Rongzhu in the lightweight division. Steele is the favorite with minus 225 and Rongzhu the underdog with plus 185. Steele is a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 86%. Most think he will win via KO TKO and 14% picked Rongzhu. Steele is a huge favorite also in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 62 out of 70 pick Kody Steele to win and 8 pick Rongzhu. But the best predictors have a bit more faith in Rongzhu. 3 out of 8 pick him to win and 5 out of 8 pick Kody Steele. What about the best favorite predictors? Most of them pick the favorite fighter to win with 11 out of 14. For the underdog however, 2 out of 4 have picked the underdog. The opener of the prelims is a fight in the bantamweight division between Alexandre, Topuria and Colby Thicknesse. Topuria is the big favorite with minus 400 in average odds and Colby the underdog with plus 300. Although Topuria is a big favorite in odds, he's not such a big favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 69%. Most of them predicting he will win by KO TKO and 31% for Colby. Topuria is a much bigger favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels with 60 out of 71 for 84.5% and 11 picks for Colby. All of the best predictors favor Topuria to win and also the best predictors on favorites. And the best underdog predictors have no faith in Colby the underdog with 0 out of 4. If you enjoy the content and find it helpful or informative, then don't forget to like this video or subscribe. Thank you so much. The next fight is in the women's flyweight division between Cong Wang and Bruna Brasil. Wang is a huge favorite with -465 and Bruna the underdog with +345. 71% on Tapology predict that Wang wins by either KO, TKO or a decision. And 29% predict that Brasil will win. 57 out of 72 channels pick Wang to win as well for 79%. And 15 channels picked Bruna Brasil. Of the best predictors, 6 out of 7 pick Wang and 1 for Brasil. The best favorite predictors favor the favorite and 10 out of 13 pick Wang to win. And the best underdog predictors have no faith in this underdog with 0 out of 4. For the next fight, we go to the lightweight division between Nolan and Viacheslav Borshchev. As of now, this fight is the closest in average odds, together with another fight which we'll cover later. Borshchev is the tiny favorite with -120 and Nolan the underdog with +100, but basically break even. We see the same result with the picks from the Tapology community. Borshchev is a slight favorite with 53% and 47% pick Nolan. If Borshchev wins, most predict he will win via KO TKO, and if Nolan wins, most think it will be via a decision. Also in picks by the YouTube prediction channels, it's very close. 34 out of 74 pick Nolan to win, or 46%, and 40 out of 74 pick Borshchev to win. When we look at the best predictors, however, most of them think Borshchev wins with 6 out of 8 and 2 out of 8 for Tom. 10 out of 14 of the best favorite predictors favor the slight favorite in Borshchev. And none of the best underdog predictors pick the underdog. The last fight of the prelims is between Jack Jenkins and Gabriel Santos in the featherweight division. With -240 in average odds, Gabriel Santos is the favorite and Jack Jenkins the underdog with +190. But despite being an underdog, 80% of the Tapology community predict that Jack Jenkins wins, most think via decision, and 20% have picked Gabriel Santos. But the YouTube prediction channels disagree with the Tapology community. And most of them pick Gabriel Santos to win with 47 out of 73 for 64%, and 26 out of 73 are picking Jack Jenkins to win. Of the best predictors, 6 out of 8 pick Gabriel and 2 out of 8 pick Jack. The best predictors on favorite fighters only are predicting that the favorite fighter wins with 10 out of 14. And only 1 out of 4 of the best underdog predictors pick the underdog. The first fight of the main card is between Jake Matthews and Francisco Prado in the welterweight division. With -225, Jake is the favorite and the underdog is Francisco with +185 in average odds. Jake is a pretty big favorite with 79% of the Tapology community predicting him to win and most predicting that he will win via decision, and 21% for Prado. Jake is even a bigger favorite in picks by the YouTube prediction channels with 60 out of 72 or 83%, and 12 channels picked Prado to win. Of the best predictors, 6 picked Jake and 1 Prado. And we see kind of the same percentage for the best favorite predictors with 11 out of 13 for 84.6% picking Jake. And again, none of the underdog predictors have faith in the underdog. The next fight is in the light heavyweight division between Jimmy Crute and Rodolfo Bellato. With -160, Bellato is the favorite and Crute the underdog with +135. Although Bellato is not a big favorite in odds, he's a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 82%, and most of them predict he will win via KO TKO, and 18% predict that Jimmy Crute wins. The prediction channels on YouTube have a little bit more faith in Jimmy Crute, and 20 out of 74 pick him to win, but the favorite is Rodolfo, and 54 out of 74 pick him to win for 73%. 6 out of 8 of the best predictors also pick Rodolfo, and 2 out of 8 pick Jimmy Crute. The best favorite predictors are less optimistic for Rodolfo to win, but he's still the favorite with 9 out of 14 for 64%. And only one of the best underdog predictors is favoring the underdog. Want the latest updated picks and odds for all fights on this weekend's card while supporting the channel? Consider becoming a Patreon supporter or buy me a coffee member for exclusive updates. After this video, I keep tracking the latest picks and odds, updating them every Friday and Saturday with newly added picks from all UFC prediction channels, the best overall predictors and the most profitable favorites and underdog predictors. Updated odds, see how the betting lines move daily. And the Tapology picks, to see if the MMA community is changing their picks. Support the channel and stay up to date, I'd really appreciate it. Link is in the description. The next fight is in the heavyweight division between Justin Tafa and Taliesin Teixeira. With -135, Teixeira is the favorite and Tafa the underdog with +110. 77% of the Tapology community predict Teixeira to win and 23% is predicting that Tafa wins. And almost all of them predict that this fight will end in a KO TKO. 49 out of 73 channels are picking Teixeira to win, or 67%, and 24 channels have picked Tafa to win. 5 out of 8 of the best predictors pick Teixeira and 3 out of 8 pick Tafa. The best favorite predictors are picking Teixeira 7 out of 13 times. The best underdog predictors again don't have much faith in the underdog with 1 out of 4. The co-main event of the evening is between Weili and Tatiana Suarez for the women's strawweight title. The current champion, Weili, is the slight underdog with -100 and the challenger, Tatiana Suarez, the favorite with -120 in average odds. 67% of the Tapology community pick Weili to win and 33% predict that Suarez wins. Most expect that this fight will end in a decision. Just like Tatiana is a small favorite in odds, she's also a small favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 38 out of 73 pick her to win for 52%, and 35 channels predict that Weili wins. But when we look at the best prediction channels, 7 out of 8 pick Tatiana to win, and only one of them is picking Weili. Tatiana has become the favorite in odds over the last few days, but before that, Weili was the favorite. 9 out of 14 of the best favorite predictors think Tatiana wins. 0 out of 4 of the best underdog predictors are picking Weili. But most of these predictions were made when Tatiana was still the underdog. And then it's 4 out of 4 for the previous underdog. So yeah, really close overall. But when we look at the best predictors, most of them favor Tatiana. And the last fight of the night is the main event between Dricus du Plessis and Strickland for the middleweight title. And the current champion is the favorite -210 in average odds and Sean the underdog with +170. Dricus du Plessis is also the favorite in picks by the Tapology community and 76% predict that he will win. And 24% is for Strickland. Most think this fight will go to a decision. Du Plessis is also the favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 55 out of 76 or 72% predict that he will win and 21 channels think Strickland wins. It gets a bit closer when we look at the best prediction channels. 5 of them pick Dricus du Plessis to win and 3 of them are picking Strickland. When we look at the best favorite predictors, we kind of see the same results. And 9 out of 14 pick Dricus du Plessis. Of the best underdog predictors, only one is picking Strickland. As of now, the best bets to make on favorite fighters are Hwang Soon Park, Kevin Jousset and Alexandre Topuria. Hwang Soon Park has a break-even percentage of 69.7% and 92.3% of the best favorite predictors pick him to win. The break-even percentage for Kevin Jousset is 71.8%, but he is picked 92.9% by the best favorite predictors. And the break-even percentage for Alexandre Topuria is 80%, but he is picked 100%. In total, there are 22 best favorite predictors, but as of recording this video, 8 of them still haven't made their picks yet, so some of these numbers can change. There are a total of 8 best underdog predictors, but so far only 4 of them have made their picks. And not a single underdog on this card is the favorite in picks by the best underdog predictors. But this can all change when the last 4 of them, including Uncle Weezy, Brandon from the Santino DeFranco podcast, MMA Lewis and Bet Sam, make their picks. I'll make daily updates on my Patreon with the latest picks, including those of the best favorite and underdog predictors. You can get access to these updates by becoming a member, and you'll also support the channel. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative or helpful. If you did, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot and I would appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend, enjoy the fights, and I'll see you in the next one.